In the vast expanse of the Marvel Universe, where celestial beings and godlike entities reign supreme, two of the most formidable forces to ever exist are Knull and the Beyonder. These two titanic beings possess unimaginable power, but their origins set them apart in distinct ways. Knull, the dark god of the abyss, existed before the dawn of creation. When the Celestials began shaping the universe, Knull viewed them as intruders in his dark dominion. In retaliation, he forged the all-black Necrosword, a weapon capable of slaying even the mighty Celestials. Knull's darkness spread, giving rise to the symbiote species, and his influence extended across galaxies, turning planets into his nightmarish domain. On the other hand, the Beyander's origin is vastly different. The Beyonder is a member of a race known as the Beyonders, an omnipotent and reality-altering species that exists beyond the known multiverse. Unlike Knull, who is deeply rooted in the tangible and mythological aspects of Marvel's history, the Beyonder is an abstract being, existing beyond conventional time and space. First introduced in Marvel's Secret Wars, the Beyonder was initially depicted as an entity that observed and manipulated reality as a form of experimentation. However, as time progressed, his role evolved into that of an all-powerful figure who could bend existence to his will. Powers and abilities: darkness versus omnipotence. Knull's abilities are deeply tied to darkness and the void. As the primordial god of the abyss, Knull wields the all-black Necrosword, a weapon forged from living darkness that allows him to cut through cosmic entities effortlessly. His ability to control symbiotes on a universal scale gives him an army of creatures that can assimilate, corrupt, and consume entire civilizations. Knull's immortality, regeneration, and combat prowess make him a nightmare for even the most powerful beings. He has battled the likes of Thor, the Silver Surfer, and the Celestials themselves, proving that he is far beyond the comprehension of most cosmic entities. Conversely, the Beyonder exists in a league of his own. He is not bound by physical form or the constraints of traditional power scales. The Beyonder has demonstrated near absolute control over reality, capable of destroying, recreating, and reshaping universes at will. Unlike Knull, who thrives on consuming and spreading darkness, the Beyonder operates on a scale that goes beyond mere destruction. He can erase beings from existence, manipulate matter and energy on a fundamental level, and even bend time itself. The Beyander's power is so immense that he once considered the Marvel multiverse as insignificant compared to his own vast reality. Strengths and weaknesses of each Titan. Despite their overwhelming powers, both Knull and the Beyonder have distinct strengths and weaknesses. Knull's greatest strength is his ability to harness darkness and corrupt all life. His control over symbiotes means he can spread his influence across galaxies, and his combat skills with the all-black Necrosword make him a formidable warrior. Knull thrives in combat. Having slain Celestials and even overpowering powerful cosmic beings, his immortality ensures that he cannot be killed by conventional means, and his regenerative abilities allow him to recover from devastating injuries. However, Knull is not without weaknesses. His reliance on darkness means that beings of light, such as Thor and Silver Surfer in his most radiant forms, have managed to wound and repel him. Additionally, while Knull's power is immense, he still operates within the Marvel Universe's structure. If confronted by a being that exists outside the multiverse, his ability to counter them may be limited. The Beyonder, on the other hand, has few, if any, conventional weaknesses. He does not adhere to the same physical laws that govern other entities, making him nearly indestructible. His ability to warp reality means he can negate attacks before they even reach him. However, the Beyonder's greatest vulnerability lies in his inexperience and lack of understanding of emotions. Unlike Knull, who thrives in war and chaos, the Beyonder's attempts to understand mortal beings often lead to his downfall. This naivety has resulted in his power being manipulated or diminished in certain storylines. Theoretical battle: Clash of the Cosmic Gods. A battle between Knull and the Beyonder would be unlike any confrontation seen before. The battlefield would span galaxies, with destruction unfolding on an unimaginable scale. Knull, wielding the all-black Necrosword, would likely begin by summoning legions of symbiotes to swarm the Beyonder. These creatures, capable of overwhelming entire planets, would attempt to consume and corrupt him. Knull himself would engage in direct combat, unleashing his abyssal energy to engulf the Beyonder in darkness. However, the Beyonder's reality-warping abilities would prove to be an immediate counter to Knull's offensive. With a mere thought, he could erase the symbiote army from existence or transform them into harmless matter. If Knull attempted to strike him with the Necrosword, the Beander could simply will it out of existence or turn its power against Knull himself. The Beander's omnipotence means that conventional attacks, no matter how devastating, would likely have no effect on him. Despite this, Knull's status as a primordial god might offer him an edge in psychological warfare. If he could tap into the Beander's emotions or exploit his lack of understanding of existence, he might be able to manipulate him into making a critical mistake. Knull's ability to corrupt and assimilate might not work on the Beander directly, but if he could infect aspects of the Marvel multiverse linked to the Beander's influence, he could weaken him indirectly. The final verdict: who would win? At the end of the day, the victor in this battle would likely be the Beander. While Knull is an immensely powerful and terrifying entity, his abilities are still grounded within the framework of the Marvel Universe. The Beander, on the other hand, exists outside of this structure, meaning that he operates on a level that Knull simply cannot match. While Knull could put up a formidable fight and even find ways to temporarily gain the upper hand, the Beander's ability to warp reality, negate attacks, and operate beyond time and space would ultimately ensure his victory. However, one cannot underestimate the power of Knull's darkness. The creator of the symbiotes, the first god of the abyss, and the destroyer of countless cosmic beings, Knull is not an opponent to be dismissed lightly. His ability to manipulate the all-black Necrosword, corrupt entire civilizations, and even consume celestials makes him a universal threat unlike any other. If Knull were to tap into a hidden power source, or if he could find a way to exploit a weakness in the Beander's cosmic nature, he might stand a chance. After all, Marvel has shown time and time again that even the most dominant forces in the multiverse can be brought down under the right circumstances. That being said, Knull's tenacity and sheer force of will mean that he would not go down easily. Even if the Beander were to erase him, Knull's essence might find a way to return, much like how he has survived previous defeats. His connection to the abyss and his ability to persist beyond the destruction of his physical form means that even if he loses the battle, he may still haunt the universe in some form. Knull is not just a physical being, he is a concept, a force of darkness that lingers in the void, waiting for the right moment to strike again. But in a direct battle, the Beander's absolute power gives him the clear advantage. Whether through erasing Knull from existence, nullifying his abilities, or simply rewriting the battle to favor him, the Beander's dominion over reality makes him the ultimate winner in this showdown. Even if Knull were to land devastating blows, the Beander could undo them instantly, rewriting the fabric of reality to his liking. He could turn Knull's own darkness against him, making him his own worst enemy. He could even create an entirely new reality where Knull never existed in the first place. And so, while Knull is undoubtedly one of Marvel's most terrifying villains, his darkness ultimately pales in comparison to the boundless might of the Beander. The universe itself may tremble at the clash of these titans, but in the end, the Beander reigns supreme. His power is not just about destruction, it is about control, omnipotence, and ultimate superiority. Knull may embody the void, but the Beander is existence itself. If this battle were ever to unfold in Marvel Comics, it would undoubtedly be one of the most catastrophic clashes in history. Entire realities would shatter, timelines would collapse, and the very fabric of existence would be rewritten in ways beyond comprehension. But no matter how epic the battle, the result remains clear. The Beander wins. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.